I'm Timotab, and today I'm going to solve 7 thermosnakes by Nordy. If you would like to try solving this puzzle for yourself, it'll be the first link in the description. Let's have a look at the rules. Normal Sudoku rules apply, so we're going to place the digits 1 to 9, once each, in every row, every column, and every 3x3 box. Each grey thermosquare is the start of a non-branching thermosnake that moves orthogonally through the grid. So non-branching means that I can't do something like that because it would have branches. Moves orthogonally means that, so orthogonally is the opposite of diagonally, so we can never move diagonally, but we could do something like this. It may touch any other thermosnake any number of times. A thermosnake cannot touch itself orthogonally or diagonally. So what that means is I can't double back on myself, and I can't do something like that because then it's touching diagonally. Right. It may touch any other thermosnake any number of times. 2 different thermosnakes cannot enter the same cell, so none of the thermosnakes are going to overlap. Each thermosnake is exactly 7 cells long, and the digits along a thermosnake increase from start to end. So we're basically drawing 7 thermometers, 7 cell thermometers, and as with a normal thermometer, the digit in the thermosquare will basically be the bulb of the thermometer, and we have to increase as we go to the tip. All right, I am going to restart the puzzle to reset the timer, and let's begin. Okay, so a 7-cell thermometer only has 2 degrees of freedom, I think. Right, so what do I mean by that? So the bulb can only be 1, 2, or 3. So if it were a 3, then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is 7 digits. And obviously I can't have a digit higher than the 9 at the end of the thermosnake. So all of these have to be from 1, 2, and 3. So those are not 1s by Sudoku, so that is a 1. That's not a 1 or a 2, that's a 3, which removes 3 from here. And we get to remove a 2 from there. Let us give these some colours. Let's do that and that. Okay. This cannot be on a snake because one can only go in a bulb. This 2 would have to have had a 1 next to it, so that can't be on a snake. This 3 would have to have a 1 next to it, or a 1 2 digits away. And none of those are bulbs of existing or starts of existing thermosnakes, so that's also not on one of these snakes. Okay. Where to start? I think it's going to be this green one. Where does green go? It either goes here or it goes here, and then after that it must go here. So that's definitely green. If that's 2, 3, we've already lost one of our degrees of freedom, so we get a 3 or 4 here, which would actually have to be a 4, because the 3's already gone. Because if that's a 2, that's a 3, and if that's a 3, it needs to be a 4 anyway. So that'd be 2, 3, 4. So that's already lost. That's our second degree of freedom gone. So that's a 5, and now one of those 2 is a green 6. Okay. So this needs a 3 or 4 as its second digit, which it can't get from there. So that is our second purple digit. And in fact, by the row, there's a 2, 3 pair in the row. That's a 4. That removes 4 from here. That makes that 4 and makes it green. So this has also lost all of its degrees of freedom because we've got 4 on the second digit. So this needs a 5 next, which must be there. Okay. This has no degrees of freedom left, so it needs a 4 next. It can't get a 4 from there, there, or there. So that is a 4. Then one of those two is a 5. One of these two is a 6 for purple. Purple has no degrees of freedom left. So one of those two is definitely a 6. That means that I can't go 5, 6. So if I go 5 here, I must go 6 here. And if I go 5 here, I must go 6 here. So one of those two is a 6. Let's give them some little bit of colouring so I can remember what's going on. So if that goes this way, that's a 7. If it goes this way, one of those two is a 7. Okay, I don't think I have enough on that yet. That cannot be reached by a snake now. Nor can that. I don't think that can either. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, no, that is non-snake. Right, this needs a 2, 3, or 4 for its second digit, which it can't get from there. So that is orange, and that's a 3, because it sees a 2 and a 4. That resolves that as a 2, and that is a 3. That's lost 1 degree of freedom, so we get 4, 5 next. If it goes there, it's a 5. If it goes there, it's a 4. Right, where's this going? Can't go up. I just don't have enough room. It could go to the right. If it went to the right, then that would have to be a 2, making that a 1, because it needs 2, 3, 4. Then this would have to be 3, 4, or 5, but the 5 in this box is definitely pink. So it can't go to the right. If it goes left, that has to be a 2. Because it can't be 3 or 4. then it needs 3, 4, or 5. So it'd have to go there for its 3. And then it would need 4, 5, or 6. And neither of those can be 4, 5, or 6, so it doesn't go left. All right, that goes down. That's a 2, 3, or 4, so it's actually a 2 or a 3. But we still have all of our degrees of freedom. So that's 3, 4, or 5. That would be 3. And then 4, 5, 6, which it can't be, so it can't go left. So it goes down again. And that is 4 or 5, and we have lost a degree of freedom. So if that went there, that would be 5 or 6. But then that would be 6, so that would be 5. And then it would have to go here, and that would be 6 or 7, but if that's 6, then that's 7. So it can't go right, so it goes down again. Yeah, that's at least a 4 in third place. We've used 1 degree of freedom, so okay, this digit, or this snake, could it go like that? So if it did, that would be 2, 3, or 4, 3, 4, or 5. It couldn't get 3, 4, or 5 there. So this one can't go to that cell. Could it go like this? 1, 2, 3. That would be 2, 3, 4. That would be 3, 4, 5, but we'd have a 2, 3 pair there. So no, it can't do that. Can't go left because that sees 2, 3, and 4, so that goes down. Can this go right? If that goes right, then pink must come down here. And that's a 7, and that's an 8. And that's 5, 6 with 1 degree of freedom. That would be 6 or 7. So yeah, no, that just can't go to the right. So that comes down again. And then that can't go right again because we've got 7 and 8 here, and that would have to be a 7 or an 8. So that goes either left or down. Okay. One of those is the 7. This still has a degree of freedom. If it goes right, it's a 4. That makes that 5. And that's 6. But if that's 4, that would have to be 5 or 6. But we'd have a 5 there and a 6 there, so it can't go right. So if that's 4, that's a 5 or 6. Can't be a 5, but that being a 5 by that being a 4 makes that a 6. So it can't go down. So it goes here. Orange goes there. It must be a 5. We now have used all of our degrees of freedom. That's a 6. That's a 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So teal has used all its degrees of freedom. So that can't get a 6 from there. That must get a 6 from here. Can't get a 7 from there. Must get a 7 from here. That 6 stops that being a 6. That makes this 6. That's purple. Oh, let's try actual purple. That must take those two, and they are 7 and 8. That's now the green 6. We've used all of our green degrees of freedom, so it gets its 7 from there. One of those two is our green 8. That can't be snake. That can't be snake. In fact, none of that can be snake. So these digits are 7, 8, 9. So that's a 7. That's an 8. That's a 9. That's not snake. Okay. It can't be a green 9, but it could be a purple 9. That's no longer 3. Okay, I can't go over there because I'm going to loop back on myself. If I go left, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, I've still got some room to do that. Right. One of those two is my orange 8. Couldn't go back up, so one of those three is my orange 9. In fact, that one isn't. Okay. So if that's 8, then that's 9 for green. If that's 8, then that's 9 for green. That 3 makes that a 1. Right, we have 2, 3, 5 in the row, but we've got a 3 there, so that's a 2, 5 pair. That makes that 3. Right, what are these digits then? 1, 2, and 9. Oh, so that's the 9. That's a 1 or a 2. That makes these 8, 9. And these are 6, 7. Okay. So now this pink goes down and is a 7. there. That places 8 here, here, or here. By Sudoku, 8 goes here. So pink 8 is definitely there. Interesting. So that's not 8. So that is 8. That's green 8. Green can't double back on itself. So that's the green 9. So purple must get its 9 here. There we go. So those two snakes are complete. That is an 8-9 pair. In fact, that's not an 8 by Sudoku. So that's the orange 8. Let's try making that an 8. And then we have to have a 9 in the column, which must be where the orange gets its 9. So that's not a 9, which means that 9 is in one of those two. Where's that going? Not sure. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've lost all of our degrees of freedom from teal. So it could get an 8 from there. Then it would have to get 9 from there. That doesn't seem unreasonable. If it can't get its 8 from there, if it gets its 8 from here, it could get 9 from here, here, or here. All right, where does blue go? It can't go there, because that's an 8. That's way too high for this stage in the game. So that's 3, 4, or 5. So it's actually a 3, because it sees 4 and 5, making that a 2. So this now needs 4, 5, or 6, which it could get from there or there. In fact, that is a 4 or a 5. In fact, that is a 5. And that's a 4. So if it goes left for 4, 5, 6, then neither of those can be 5, 6, or 7. So it can't go left, it must go there. And now it's lost one of its degrees of freedom. Can't go there for 6 or 7, so it must go here for 6. Can't go there for 7, 8. Can't go there for 7, 8. So it must go here for 7. Can't go here, here, or here for 8. And it can't go here or here for 9. So it must go there for 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that is our blue snake done. And now teal can't take its 8 from there because it can't get a 9 from there. So that is yellow. Teal can't get an 8 from there, so it must get the 8 from here. And must get its 9 from here. So that's the teal snake almost done. That's a 1 or a 2. These two digits are 3 and 4. These are 1, 2, 5. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't make this long enough without it doubling back on itself. So this has to go through here. Now, 1, 2, that's 3 or 4. So that's a 5. Those two are not snake. That has to be 6 or 7. We've got 1 degree of freedom left. This can't actually get to a 9, so that has to be 6. So it's actually lost its degree of freedom on the back end. There we go. So now I need a 7. And then an 8. I can't go 7, 8. I can't go 7, 8. I have to go 7, 8. So that's 7. That's 8. And that's the red one essentially done, apart from a couple of digits, or a digit that needs resolving. That's 6. Removes the 6 from here. So that places 6 and 7 there. That makes that the 5. These are... so that's a 2. And they are yellow. Need that 8 makes that 9. That's 8. 6 at the bottom makes that 7 and 6. I need 2 and 4 in this column, but that can't be a 2 because of this one. So that's 4, that's 2. That makes that 1, and that 2, and that 1. That 3 makes that 4. I should have had that ages ago. That's a 3. That's a 4 to complete the row. Have I done all of the snakes? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need a 9, which can't go... Why did I mark that as yellow? I mean, it's right, but... Oh, yeah, I think I just assumed that was yellow when I was clearing up the pink. All right. In any case, that can't go to the left. It must go down for the 9. And now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's 7. That's 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. Yeah, that's all of my snakes. Let's mark that. What did I do? Oh, I managed to get all the 4s accidentally. All right, those are yellow. So that is a 5 by Sudoku. I need a 1 and 3 here. So that's 1, that's a 3. That must be a 1. So we need a 4 and a 5. Those go in. That's the 9, making this a 4. That's a 1, that's a 2. Last 4 digits. That's a 2. That's a 3. 5 and 6. 5 and 6. That's a beautiful puzzle. Really like it. The constraints on where the snakes can go. It's nice that you have to do a little bit of snake and then go back to other snakes and then return, and you're not just doing all of one snake. All the logic intermingles. That's a really, really nice puzzle. Thank you very much, Nordy. Really appreciated that. If you like this solve, then please hit the like button. You can subscribe to see more, and I would love to hear your comments. I'm looking forward to next time. Be seeing you.